Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm going to keep moving on with the Scriban, take a drink, Scriban experiment. I'm going to keep saying that wrong. So basically this builder is now where we got to do all the hard work. So what I want to do here is start creating a private static const string. This is the template, but what you get back, if I remember right from here, this is actually a template. So I don't know, call text equal to, and then we're going to do this, except in here, this is where we're going to want to have something to say, like what I'm doing over here. So this is where I want to have like in all the, and then there's an end, okay? Except I don't want that, I want that. Okay, what I want here is not the property names, but the namespaces. And so it's going to be gatherer dot values. So I forget in Scriban. See, I said it right. If you're bringing in something that has, oh, it does it across the board, which makes sense. Okay, so for using and then what is this called? Values. And gatherer dot values. We're going to have a using. See, simple. We're like 20% of the way there. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to want to have a private static read-only template, which is equal to a new, well, I've got to say what it is. Lazy, not laxy, of a template. Good. Which equals a new, except we want to have a func in here. Which says a new, no, we're just going to say template.parse, right? Ah, yeah. Temp parse mvsb text. There, okay. All right, so we got those two things in place. And now we need to say something like, what I'm doing here. Can you compare to null? I think you can. If namespace, how do you do this? I don't care about that. Null. Can you compare to null? Yeah, can you compare to null? Example testing a page object. Okay, so if namespace, so we just say if it's not null. Okay, so it's not null, then we would say here namespace, and then we do the same thing here to say close it off. A little awkward, but yeah, whatever. So we do that, we get the using, get the namespace. Now we actually have to build the type. Okay, so we build a type. And what we want to put in here is this. We should probably pull this down a little bit so that we can start adding as we figure stuff out. Oh, we also want to put in nullable enable. Okay. And that goes right here. Nullable enable. Right, because that's what we were doing here. Yep. Oh, it's what? Yeah, okay. Sorry. Yep, I'm right. Okay. And then we want to say this. And see, this is the awkwardness of if you have a namespace here, the formatting stuff is just not. We're typically going to have a namespace, so I'm just going to assume that we do. Okay. Partial class, except this is going to be, now what's source? Source is a name type symbol. Okay. So then we go to our context and we say we're going to need this internal source get. Is it smart enough to say, you know what you need? Oh, you're beautiful. I mean, that doesn't quite get all the way there. This dot source is equal to source. Okay, so now we got source there. Okay. And then we want to get all the constructors. We want to get all the constructors that have that. And then we want to build a map extension method based off of what you find. Which makes sense because this is where you're going to build all the parameters for that. And what I'm thinking here is you need to do something. This is, yeah, I was thinking about this before. You need to do something that's a little tricky here, which is you want to capture all the parameters. That's what you really need. You don't necessarily need to say all the constructors. You need to capture the parameters out of the constructors. That's what you really want. Okay, because if I look at this constructor, we are only grabbing the parameters. Right, and so what we need is a immutable array of parameter symbols. That's what we need. I believe so. Okay, so in the context here, we also need to get the destination. We might as well put that in here. Okay. Let's pull this down. Name type symbol. Destination. Destination. And this is also where maybe possibly instead of doing all this logic. Well, no, this is the context. The context is just simply what you pass in. In fact, what I should call this is the template context. I think that's a better name. There. Oh, didn't change it? That's odd. Okay. Because it doesn't do any logic other than holding the data that you need. Okay, so this would pass in. We don't need the constructors. What we need is a immutable array of I parameter symbol. Constructor parameters. There. It's just that simple. Internal constructor parameters get this dot constructor parameters is equal to constructor parameters. Okay, so now we have those. Okay. And we're going to figure out here which constructors and then what the parameters are. Okay. So now this is where all the magic happens. Well, shoot. Okay, we don't. The parameters ended up just being a string, which is fine. And that's probably the right thing to do, which is to say, in the context, make this a string. Okay. Because I think that's where we want to end up. Because we get the parameters, we're going to stuff except here we want the names. We don't want to, though, figure out nullable and optional values here. So we could have a tuple pair that just says the string name of the property and string declaration. Okay. So we could have here a string name, string declaration. So you get the name of the parameter, and then you get its declaration, which you would figure out outside. Okay. This is just a whole fun ball thing. Okay, so now here we need to say for constructor in, and then what are we calling this? We're calling it constructor parameters. But what I want to get out of here first is, fine, in constructor, and then I think it's going to be nope. So now what we're doing is we're building each constructor method, okay? So what we want here is this. So we say here the destination name, map to destination name. Except now we need to join all these. Could you join them? Scriban doesn't have a notion of joining, does it? Yeah, it doesn't. Can you import? Just trying to see if there's a way that they can do something where you can join up a whole bunch of things. And there might be. I just Scriban string join. Somebody already figured this out. Built-ins. Built-in function. Is there a join? Joins. So you take the input list, a new list with, okay, so it's array.join. So if I'm reading this right, I want to do something like all of this is going to be the parameters. Now, what do I do down here? Yes, I only do, This is the tricky part too, is because I want it to be, this is getting messy. I don't want to have too much logic in the template. I want it to be very clean. And I don't want to necessarily throw in, like if I put this here, then I need a comma after it. Oh, okay, so I can do this. What do I put in here? This source name. Okay. So this source name self. And now here, if constructor, you know what I'm going to call a constructor? Because it's constructor data. I don't know. If constructor dot length, yes, it's greater than 0, and then we're going to need an end. What we're going to do is a comma, and then something like this. Except that has completely befuddled it. because this is a literal. No. I always forget, how do you literalize? There. Okay, that's what we really want, is a literal string that. So then in here, what we want is constructor. What I've gotten out is the tuple. I've got an array of tuples. Okay. So now, but I want to, that's giving me the constructor data. Within that, I'm getting an array of tuples. And if that array length is greater than 0, then what I want to do is join up their descriptions. So what I want to do is like pull out the descriptions and then do a join on that. Is there like a linkish type of way to do that? Filter? Filters the input list corners 5. Well, no. Is there a select on the array? Contains, reverse, offset, map. Applies a specified function. I don't want to apply a function. I just want to, I don't want to map either. The input, well, maybe. Okay. The member to extract the value from. So what I want to do is take this and then array.map on the declaration, and then join those on that. My God, that's a mess. Oh, jeez. That is not pretty. That's not pretty at all. I don't like that. Oh, well, again, experiment, Jason. Keep going. So that would pull those out. Okay. And now we need to say is the source of value type, which we can just pull from source because that is the, all right. So fine. If source is value type, then we do this. Okay. And now, crap. See, this is also something that if we ever found argument null exception we never put in system, it might just be easier to put in system right away and just say screw it, because it's not going to hurt if it's in there, but yeah. We can't reach back out. That's why we put the namespaces at the end and jam them all together, because we don't know if we do or do not need system. You know? And I think adding all these parameters, we're also adding the namespaces here, which is we're gathering them all here. Well, we could also say if, before we pass it to the context, if the source is a value type, is not a value type, add wherever argument null exception is. You know, because all this is going to be done outside. So yes, so I guess we could assume that we're doing that. Okay, so now we need to say else. Kind of ugly code here, but that's okay. If constructor length is equal to 0. Do you just do double equals? Is that how Scriban works? I don't know. Scriban. Oh my God. I pulled my neck when I was stretching so much. Ow. You just do double equals? Yes. So if it's 0, else end. You're just going to say here, new destination name, else new destination name, except you want to do that, and you want to join on names. So I want to map out all the names, name, and then join on the comma, because that's what's going to actually be put up. Here, the declaration had the name of the parameter be like string name, string first name. Okay. And now we need to map out all the properties. Either way we do this, it's going to be that does new destination name. Then we do this. Where's the closing? Huh? Whoa, wait a minute. I mean, this has got to work. So, but how? So, new, that, where is the closing? This builds every map extension method. This closes that. What? Oh, I'm an idiot. But no, I'm not. This can't work. How? This doesn't. Where is this coming from? This? But what happens if you had multiples? That doesn't. Do I have a bug? Tune in next time. I'm not sure if I'm actually doing this right. I don't think I'm doing this right. This is really bothering me. How could I? This is the class. Where does that actually get? Huh? What? No, this doesn't make any sense at all. All right, I'm going to go back into the main branch, and I have the sinking feeling that I forgot somewhere to actually put that here and this. But no, it can't, that doesn't make any sense. Because this has got the semicolon. That's where this is. But then how do you actually close off the whole thing? Like that's the partial class like there. How did this ever work? There's the namespace, which are only, oh, that's that. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? This is actually a demo. Okay. And so this is referencing, I'm going to do this one thing real quick here because I got enough pauses in this video where I'm just staring blankly at the screen going, I have no idea what in the hell I am doing. So I'm going to bring this up. And I just want to see what happens if on my example, I add a destination type with constructor values. It doesn't matter what they are. They can go into the void for all I care. But what does the generator actually do? Yeah, fine, whatever, go away. Go away. Thank you. Okay. So destination, we're just going to say, you know what? Public destination. You're being way too slow. string a int. Okay, doesn't matter. Public string a int b. All right, so what it should have done now is nothing. Well, that's really not good. Unless it's... Okay, that's exceeded. But that's wrong. Like, it didn't pick up map to destination. It should have picked up all these publicly accessible constructors. Why didn't it? So now I'm really starting to wonder what in the hell this is doing. Oh boy, this is not good. Not good at all. This has become more of a monster than I ever thought it was going to be. No. I already have it open. That's not what... No, stop. Oh, pain. This is not what I wanted you to do. It's my fault, but God, stop it. Oh my God, why is this so slow? Go away. What I want to do is open this again. Okay, we're back here. And anytime now, you should. Okay, so yeah, that succeeds, but you're still only building one, I bet. Yeah, you're not getting all of them. Do I even have a test that says integration test map? I mean, all these should. Yeah, save all. Stop picking up that it's a generator. I bet I'm going to have to just shut the whole thing down again. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Okay, so now you succeed. Okay, so if I come back here to the integration test, this should now work, right? But you can't because you don't know. How can that? Oh my God. I'm totally confused now. I don't even know what to make of this anymore. This should have just worked. I didn't realize I might have a really nasty bug in here. And I'm getting very kerfuffled, which is not good. Okay. So I am doing this, but what I think is not happening is if I do this. Well, what now? See, it's all a mess. So I never had a test in here to what happens if you have multiple constructors. I am obviously making something wrong. So now what's going through my head right now is I really need to debate, do I keep going with this experiment with Scriban? Because quite frankly, I'm not really happy with how this is going. Even if it would save me some time in terms of generating the code, the syntax, the way you handle things, I don't really know if this is where I want to go with things. So I'm going to just take a relaxing break and definitely got to fix this bug. But then I also need to think of, do I really want to go down the Scriban route? So next episode, you will see what I decide. So sorry about all this confusion and what's going on, but I guess in a way this is good because I definitely had a serious bug in my generator and I didn't realize it. So until next time, thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.